Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today I just want to talk to you about distractions. Distractions are really important, first and foremost, because they can keep us from having and nurturing a relationship with God. Now, as I've shared in many of my other teachings, having a relationship with God and Jesus Christ is the most important thing that you can have in your life. It's the most important healing force and the most important source of love, peace, joy, and every other positive thing that you could have in this life. And so I won't talk about that too much here, but I just want to say that one thing God's been showing me is that distractions can really keep us from relationship with Him. And so whether those distractions are work, our friends, our family, social media, we need to do whatever we can to minimize distractions. And by the way, I want to say work is a good thing. Friends and family are a good thing. But if we spend all of our time on these things or other activities and we neglect our relationship with God, well, that's not a good thing. And so I just want to say, whatever it is that you have to do in your day-to-day life, don't forsake the important for what's urgent. Or how is it that they say it? Don't forsake the most important thing for what seems urgent. And the most important and critical thing is your relationship with Him. And today I really actually just want to focus in particular on social media, because social media is one of the biggest things that distracts us nowadays. And I believe social media can be a good thing. Obviously, I'm talking to you on social media, but something that God shared with me years ago when Facebook, for instance, started becoming popular was that I needed to be careful with it because it would become a replacement for my time with Him if I wasn't careful. And I think if many of you guys were honest with yourselves, there are times when you allow social media to take up time that should be reserved for your relationship with God or other things. And again, I think social media serves a good purpose. We can learn a lot through social media. We can stay connected to other people, but it's so easy, for instance, at the end of the day when you're tired, let's say you just want to do something mindless, you get on social media and you find yourself scrolling for an hour or two, and then you lose out on your relationship with God or your time with other people. And so I just want to encourage you guys to be mindful of that and to limit your time on social media daily. So maybe set a limit, for instance, and say, okay, I'm just going to spend 20 minutes a day on social media. I'm not going to scroll every 2 or 3 hours. I'm not going to check my messages every hour. And just notice and then dedicate that time to God instead. Dedicate that time to prayer or praise and worship or to studying His Word. And notice how this changes your body. Notice how it changes your spirit. And so God designed us for relationship with Him, and our bodies, our souls, and our spirits are nurtured when we take out that time to be with Him. And actually, guys, studies have shown that social media causes depression and anxiety in people. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because it's replacing our face-to-face interactions with other people. I don't know if it's because it's displacing our time with God, or if it's because the powers that be are programming frequencies into our phones and computers to affect our mental state and our emotions. I actually think the latter is very true. I think all of these things are true, but just know that I've done some research and I found that there is an intentional plan to mind control people, and one of the ways that the powers that be want to do this is through social media, through our phones, through our computers. And so just know that whenever you're on your phone, there are frequencies that are coming from your phone, and they affect your mind and your emotions in a very subtle way. And so just be aware of that. And I realize we can't get rid of our phones, we can't get rid of our computers, but you want to moderate your time on these things. And so on that note, you guys, I don't know if you've noticed that social media and messaging have also replaced our face-to-face interactions with people. They've replaced phone calls and talking on the phone. I've even got many friends who no longer call anymore. They just send messages. They'll send a 15-minute recorded message on WhatsApp. And while I'm very thankful that they keep in touch, it feels like we don't talk as much anymore. And I know sometimes we're busy and messaging can be nice when you don't have time for a phone call, but I also think we want to be careful to not allow messages to replace face-to-face interactions, to replace phone conversations. And so I just want to encourage you guys to just Be aware of the fact that, God created us for communion with one another, for community. God created us to see one another face to face. And if you're too sick to get out of your house, at least talk to people on the phone. And sometimes I think when we think thoughts like, well, I'm too sick to talk to someone on the phone today, there's really something in us that is losing the desire to connect. And I want you guys to just encourage you to connect with people, even sometimes when you don't feel like it. Get out even when you don't feel like it. And above all things, spend time with God. Spend time with Him. Turn off your phone before an hour or two before bedtime. Keep your phone turned off in the morning when you wake up. Don't let your phone be the first thing that you look at when you wake up in the morning. Spend an hour with God before you turn on your phone. Seriously, I know the temptation to do so is strong. The temptation to get on and check your messages is strong, but the world's not going to stop. Things aren't going to fall apart if you ignore your phone for the first hour of the day, or if you turn it off an hour before bedtime. So I just encourage you guys to do these things and watch how God feeds your spirit. Watch how He heals your soul and your physical body through your relationship with Him. And watch how your spirit soars when you spend time with people in person, when you talk to them on the phone instead of through a message. So anyway, I just hope this blessed you guys today, and I'll talk to you again soon.